The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Well, my girl's got the sweetest pussy. Nestles in
SinCityBounty.com. Hey, we have a fantastic guest in the studio. We kind of like roped her in. She was hanging out with Sierra all day, and Sierra said, "You know what? I have to go to the show. You're coming with me."
Did we really label this 39.5?
Last week's was 39.25. Next week's will be 39.75, and we'll do 0.80, 0.85, 0.9, 0.91.
So, in case you hadn't noticed, we're supposed to be on episode 401, but we want to do something big for episode 400. We just can't fucking decide what to do.
Right.
So, it's going to be episode 399 in perpetuity.
Until we figure it out.
Until we figure it the fuck out.
All right. Toxie just walked in. We know it's going to be a minute for her, but you guys can ogle at her getting into her chair, which I know she's going to have to lower first and everything else. So.
Oh, yeah, because it's totally way up high.
But we do have a couple of topics to talk about. But let me say, the reason that we love, do you want to go by your name or do you want a fake up name?
May.
The reason we love having May here, remember last week we talked about that one fan of ours that did not invite us to his wedding? Guess what?
This fan did.
Yes.
So
we're all going to a wedding for cake. Now, granted, she hasn't accepted the offer of the sexperience yet.
The wedding sexperience.
The wedding sexperience. So we're going to see if we can wrangle her fiance to be husband into accepting that, because of course the second half is we get to watch.
And that's the part I'm not
So,
sure he'll be sold on. We should go back because Sierra wasn't here, and we should explain what the wedding sexperience is.
Then you do that.
And by the way, I got a text during the week going, "You're getting married?" I'm like, no, obviously you only caught part of the show. The wedding sexperience is a new experience that we're offering, which would entail us attending individuals' weddings. We will broadcast from the wedding. You're staring at me. Do I have a booger?
no, I'm loving your little samurai top knot thing you got going on.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Listen,
Explain that first.
really fast. I'm already in my Thanksgiving uniform, which entails the biggest shirt like I can find and my pasta pants. And pasta pants are essentially yoga pants that are used for when you go to eat all-you-can-eat pasta at Olive Garden.
Oh, I have those.
Pasta pants. So I'm already prepping this week, and hence, normally all my hair's in the little samurai bowl. But
So now you know that
the rest down.
whatever you're wearing for Thanksgiving is called your Thanksgiving uniform. What did you
It's
call
my
it?
Thanksgiving uniform.
Uniform.
But the most important piece of the uniform is the pasta pants.
Mine is a bathrobe.
Is it? That works
that's
as
it,
well.
right?
The pasta pants, they double as, just a turkey expander. So I'm just already preset for that day.
That's awesome.
So really quick, going back to the wedding experience that we're offering. So basically we'll attend your wedding and I can't even look now. Should I
Okay,
cover
sorry.
it?
No, it's fine.
Should I
we
take it
love
out?
it.
I'm trying to pay attention to you. I haven't seen you in like forever.
I know. So I'm also not wearing.
I'm watching her eyeballs, and they just keep going up to your top knot.
They do. Look, I'm not wearing any panties. Just go right here. Just go right there. Ass. There you go. Just take it back there.
In case you didn't know, I'm an ass man.
Just take it to the back. Like, forget the samurai ball on the top of my head.
All right.
So anyway, we'll attend your wedding. And what we'll do is we will broadcast from there. And we're also going to ask all of your guests for suggestions on different sex positions or different things they might want to try sexually. We're then
You all need to go see the professional production of this over on YouTube. And
Don't cover it.
First off, my forehead is like a runway, like an airplane runway. Do not zero in on it.
Okay, so
It's like
sex
McCarran
experience.
Airport on my head.
we're going to come to your wedding and not wear top knots. We're going to come to your wedding and give you a full broadcast with
Right.
commentary.
Right. We're going to ask your guests. We're going to interview all of them, including your pastor. We're going to interview all of them. We're going to put all of their ideas in a jar. Not only for your wedding are you getting that jar with all of the different sex ideas, but for me, you'll get 2 Red Bulls and a gallon of lube.
All right.
So,
That'll get you
I
through
mean,
the first
That's
night.
a lot
right,
of lube.
right. It's a big jar. I mean, unless you only, if there's 10 guests there, then you're just getting a, sample size. But otherwise, and so then what we require, as our part, for doing our part, we require cake. She negotiated a meal. She'd like a meal. We've both agreed that we would like to be there for the honeymoon sex. So we can
And
watch.
the camera is 4K.
Yeah. So we can watch. And then we also have additional side services, which are you're an officiant. So
I am an officiant.
that is an option. We also shared a story about an officiant friend of ours that we heard that may have done something in a parking lot after a wedding. So we may have mentioned that's also a possibility, but not a guarantee. And we did not mention that it was you, but you do happen to be the only officiant friend at the table.
We also double as we can go to a wedding and do all of this, but if you have like a friend who is in desperate need of a date for the wedding, we will double as dates, and I swing both ways, so it works out that way.
So your wedding
We
date
were
as
we
well.
were also, before you got here, we were also talking about since her husband to be is not quite sure about us watching, we
Okay.
could always be very supportive during that.
Yeah, we're so encouraging, by the way. We are so
You
encouraging.
know, things like, man, look at those butt muscles move.
Right,
You know, and damn, that's a big ass dick, or whatever. So,
And and for you, if we do see, or not you in particular, I don't know your man, I don't know anything about him, this is no reflection of him in any way, but if we see that he's just ready to stick it in and it's a little too soon, we're kind of going to coax him into some other things, like, that is a great plan, however, have you tried this?
that'll
we're
be hanging over your head. That'll just say, however. However.
Right? So you always start with something positive. I really like the angle that you're going for. That trajectory is really going to hit her good. However,
Your experience as a corporate trainer is really showing.
I know, right?
Sierra did mention that we are very good at coaching.
We are
Yeah.
that one right there, she can coach. They say people who can't coach.
Hey.
Just kidding. She can fuck real well too.
Yes, I can. And she would know.
I've seen it.
You've essentially seen both of us.
I have.
Yeah.
I have seen you get fucked. I've been in the same-
Essentially about it.
Yeah, eventually.
There is no essentially. There
Have
is
you
not,
ever
like,
watched her get fucked?
I've seen her have other things happen.
Were you there at one of our public displays back when the Power Exchange was still going on?
No, I wasn't there for that. But I was there. We were in a room together. Remember, I brought that guy on a date.
Oh, that's right. It was your third
took a
date
guy
with
on
that
a
guy.
date
to a
That's-
sex club? I did.
That's the first time you stuck your finger in my pussy accidentally.
Twice accidentally. And
And then wiped it on the guy you had.
and so so I brought him on a date
To a sex club.
to a sex club, And at one point I did. I checked. She's like, I'm not wearing panties. And I'm like, yes, you are. Bing. And I'm like, oh, that was like your belly button. Like I went straight up your vagina.
Slid right in there.
And then I did. I totally wiped it on the guy and he got so pissed.
He got so
Yeah, man.
He did. He's like, you have to ask permission before you do that.
Yeah,
So
you
I-
can't just wipe a random stranger's
True.
vagina
You can.
juices on someone.
You can. And I was drunk. So, I mean, no excuse, but, that affected it.
Yeah.
So I did it again.
But wait a minute, you took him to a sex club.
Right. He had to know he was getting someone's pussy juice on him. Like, it was kind of a given. But,
That's a whole nother conversation I want to have with you, by the way, taking a date to a sex club.
so because he said you have to ask permission, I did it again. And then I asked permission. So, but yeah, and then I took him in while you
What were
were.
we talking about?
We were talking about encouraging words of encouragement.
Oh, yeah. We can
And our
find
wedding
anything.
experience.
We can find anything positive to say about you.
Yes.
Exactly. So we will definitely.
Very white butt crack you have.
I will be sure to let
However,
him
however, although it is a very white butt crack that you have, it is groomed perfectly, and it looks amazing from the glow of the moonlight through the crack in this
She
motel
said
window.
moonlight. Sorry, we're talking about booties. So moonlight, it's funny. It's funny, fuckers. Whatever.
Sierra has one of the most beautiful, she's got more than one.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most beautiful butt cracks I have ever seen in my life. It is pristine.
I mean, I do agree.
Well, I wipe, so I keep it clean.
It's a start. I mean, as long as you have that down.
I stick a soap bar up there every now and then, just. Of course, I do call that soap bar the Enterprise. It circles Uranus, searching
Shit,
for Klingons.
where do you keep that soap?
It's the one on the.
That's the one in your shower, isn't it?
It's the one in my shower. Look, soap is.
I've had ass face before. What the hell?
Well, I mean, I've changed the soap bar
should-
occasionally.
changed
You
your
should
mind
have a
yet?
warning.
No.
You should make a warning.
I'm gonna put a little flag in it now. This soap has been
Yes,
in my butt.
yes, that's it. That's all you need to do. Friends
I think
do those
that's
things.
just something you should assume with every bar of soap that you encounter in
someone's
bath.
shower.
know.
Yeah.
I just
If
kind of
it's-
assume anything in the shower has touched genitals.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite part of showering at a stranger's house, but
Rubbing your genitals on all their stuff.
right, knowing that they've been there and it's great. I'm fun at a party. Invite me.
The only soap safe enough to put on your face is the one next to the sink, and even then, if they have small children or teenagers, you never
Don't do that.
fucking know.
I actually
But
bring
soap
my own.
is
I actually bring my
naturally
own.
clean. I always just check it for pubic hair. That's the only thing I'm worried about is
And if you use, I mean, let's be real. If you use body wash, you don't have to worry about any of this.
Oh, sorry, Johnny.
So
I like bar soap. I'm a bar soap girl.
I'm a
have
body washer.
I have both. It just depends on the mood that I'm in. Mm-hmm. Do I need an extra exfoliation? Or do I want to smell like a man before I go to bed?
you have man soap.
I have man soap.
Irish Spring, probably.
No.
Sure.
It's some clearance soap I got from my sister's Scentsy shop, and the description made it smell like it was gonna be like clean linen-y sort of, and it's like just
Is it
clean
forest?
dude. No. No, it was like lavender and a bunch of other shit, and I was like, oh, that'll be nice. It smells like a man. That's all right. Then I'm not lonely when I go to bed. Now I'm like, oh, I can pretend there's a man in here with me. And then my dog takes over and sleeps all 100 and some odd pounds of his ass in the middle of my bed.
It's a big ass dog.
Beautiful, though. All right,
I always
so
ask him if I could
we have
get a
not
ride
yet
to the
talked her
kitchen.
into the wedding experience, so let's move on.
I mean,
to-
but it's still something to consider.
I'll let him know.
So,
we have a
great
week.
idea.
We have a week to convince her
so it's a great idea.
husband to be.
Yeah.
We should invite him to lunch. So, these two went shopping today for
Panties.
Bras. Yeah.
wedding lingerie.
Mhm.
And
She found some first try. She was like, I was like, where are you going to go shopping at? She's like, Victoria's Secret. And I'm like, what size are you? And she told me her sizes. And I'm like, you can go to Torrid or Lane Bryant and find something. And she's like, are they only online? And I'm like, oh, girl, no. And so
I have such a hard time. Like, I fall in that in between. So.
you're what we would call a chublet. You're not really chubby. But you're
nothing
not skinny
carries my
either.
stuff.
Yeah. Victoria's Secret is terrible.
It's the difference
by
of
the
a
way.
Victoria's Secret and anywhere else. Like, that's
Yeah.
where it is.
So I took her to Torrid, which was our first stop. I figured if we didn't see anything there, then there's a Lane Bryant nearby. So we met up at Torrid, and I mean, in 15 minutes or less, she had her bra, and I'm still picking out which 2 panties I'm going to get for free.
What color?
It's like this cream white, and it has a pair of like pale pink matching panties. Completely lace butt, super cute.
Very adorbs.
Sexy, sexy.
Just in and out, just like that.
Yeah.
You said in and out.
I did. I was waiting for somebody to catch up on it. Kind of like honeymoon night. But you guys have been together a long time, so it's not going to be like...
Oh yeah, we're
Like-
getting married on our 10-year anniversary.
Okay. So you already got the combination of each other's locks, and just like, spit it. Right? It'll be easy. No awkwardness in the
Here's
first
what you
night.
should do.
No awkwardness.
Because it's your honeymoon after 10 years, you should change the combination on the lock. And you should be like, listen, the normal 777 is not going to work. So you need to do, 7, 47, and 25.
There's 47 and 25 moves?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of an actual lock.
Oh.
Have you met the Kama Sutra? There's some shit in there.
My sexual experience is based on the TV show Friends.
Oh.
That's where I got the 777 from. That's one of my favorite parts where she's like,
So I was not planning on buying anything, but we were at Torrid, and I love the new grown-up Torrid. Over the last few years, they've been kind of evolving into... they were a spin-off from Hot Topic, which was fucking wonderful because I love Hot Topic, and you can't ever get anything in my size there. They still have a lot of that kind of stuff there, but it's much more grown up, and they still have the Disney license. So they have amazing, like, Disney merch, like Nightmare Before Christmas and the princesses and all that good stuff, which is great.
I love the horror merch.
Yeah,
and
they
the
do.
sci-fi merch.
They do a lot of that stuff too.
and so also just to share, because everything you're talking about is what my kid wears. Like, that's her favorite. Well, Hot Topic is her favorite, but, she's more into Torrid. But if you go on the Hot Topic website, they'll offer the bigger sizes on the stuff, and it basically rolls you into, like, it's coming from a Torrid piece. So.
Yeah, usually you'll find some of that stuff over on Torrid too, and their clearance racks seem to overlap a lot too. So I went and I was, we're in the bra and panty section. Torrid, unfortunately, only goes up to a triple D, which we all know is not my bra size. So I've never been able to buy a bra from Torrid, but they had some amazing panties. So I got some Wonder Woman panties, and I got some panties with little elephants on them, and I got some purple floral panties with skulls and this
so
adorable
pretty.
like little lattice thing on the butt crack. It's adorable. So skulls, Wonder Woman, elephants. I got 5 pairs. I got Hogwarts panties. I get Harry Potter panties.
Is Harry like right in the...
No, it's
crotch?
a bunch. It's just like, all the little symbols and lightnings and wands and shit. And then I got another pair, which was so memorable I have forgotten them.
Was it the polka dots?
No, I switched out the polka dots for Harry Potter.
Was it a nerd? A nerd
It
one?
was probably nerdy.
I mean, if you think about the progression that she's telling you about right now, we'll assume it falls in that category.
Yeah.
Like, it's some type of...
Maybe it was Batman panties?
I was just going to say Batman.
Maybe it was Batman. No, it was... No, I don't remember. I'll have to go check.
The Flash. The Flash.
They didn't have any Flash stuff. Batman, Wonder Woman, the princesses.
It's all DC, so it's got to be some DC character.
Mm,
If it was a... You didn't mention any Marvel ones, so...
no, I didn't see... I don't remember seeing any Marvel ones. Which is sad, because I totally would have bought Deadpool panties. Oh, speaking of Deadpool, Have you seen the trailer for the PG-13 recut of Deadpool? So they are recutting Deadpool 2 to be PG-13, which means I can take my kid to go see it because there's not all this gratuitous butt sex and stuff. So he kidnaps Fred Savage, basically, to be in this. And Fred Savage is like, it's too bad you're not a Marvel movie. And, of course, Deadpool's like, well, I am Marvel. And he goes, you're Marvel licensed by Fox. That's like the Beatles produced by Nickelback. It's music, but it's crap. I was like, that is fucking hilarious.
That's savage.
That is savage. So, absolutely wonderful. If you haven't seen the trailer, please go see it. We are definitely going to be going to see the PG-13 recut of Deadpool 2 in the theaters.
Nice.
My kid, I was like, I'm taking it. He was like, no, I want to see it in its full glory. I said, not till you're old enough to live it the fuck out of this house. There's a lot of stuff in there. Even I'm like, I think I'm too young for this movie. And y'all know me. And he's like, I'll wait till I'm 18. I'll wait for the good stuff. And I'm like, no, you're going with me because I want to see it in PG-13. So
I saw Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, we did too.
How was that? I want to go.
Amazing.
And you took
Absolutely
your,
amazing.
You took your daughter, who's a few years older than my son, but
Well, my daughter's a huge Queen fan. Like, she was 8 years old, and she had asked to go see Freddie Mercury. And I had to tell her he was dead. And she, like, bawled her eyes out. She was devastated. So she's always been a huge fan since she was little. And she loved it. I mean, she even asked, can we come back and see it again? She's like, can we just stay in the theater? They may not notice we're here.
They won't.
Well, they may have, because it was, we were at Suncoast, which has the assigned
Reclining
seats.
seats,
Yeah.
Oh.
So, really fast story about that, too. I'm sitting there, and my ass was burning. Like, burning. And I'm like, my butt is just burning. And I'm like, I'm telling my daughter, I'm like, feel the seat. I think the seat is hot. And she's like, no, it's your butt. Like, your butt's doing it. And I'm like, I'm not that magical. Like, it's got, the seat is
yeah,
burning.
you are. I mean, your ass makes me hot.
So I thought I unlocked some powers. I really did.
Superhero ass powers?
Right. So I move into another seat, and my ass doesn't burn. So I'm like, something's wrong with that seat. Halfway through the movie, my daughter leans over. She's like, Mom, my butt's burning. So
Are the seats heated then?
I didn't know. So apparently there's a button that you hit that heats the seats, which is so needed in Vegas. But there's no sign anywhere that there's seat heaters on there. Like, my cheeks were going to catch fire. Like, it was that hot. So I asked the kid afterward, I'm like, listen, my butt kept burning, so is there something wrong with the seats? And that's when he said, like, there's seat heaters, and it's right under where you adjust the seat. It's a button right under there. And I'm like, you can easily hit it adjusting your seat and not know.
Toxie, the flaming booty. That's your superhero name.
I mean, I was kind of excited. It hurt, but I was kind of excited.
Did you have hot ass when you went to go see
Oh,
Bohemian Rhapsody?
no. There was no assigned seating. We just went to a basic Regal.
Was there, so it wasn't the reclining?
No.
You have to, I can't go to a regular movie anymore.
No,
Like,
I can't
I'm
either.
so spoiled.
I'm like, I need my $20 glass of wine and a reclining seat. Like, that's what I need.
Though I was able to get popcorn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
They
that's
fry
it.
it
I
in
mean, that's
coconut
a-
oil, and then the butter is actually soy.
So
Nice.
she's a vegan.
Yeah.
I went to Sonic, and I'm like, there's nothing I can get you at Sonic. She's like, no. Like, sorry.
I mean, you probably could just gnaw on the kernels.
I was
Go to, like,
thinking
another theater.
maybe the tater tots, but they use eggs to bind those together, so no tater tots.
So how was the movie? The Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, it was
it
amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Favorite scene?
If anybody says anything other than the Live Aid scene, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of like the big thing.
Yeah, so that one was, I mean, it was spot on. It was spot on with the actual performance. I think what was the best out of all of it is afterward kind of realizing, because afterward I'm kind of like, wait, how I like to see how true it is to the actual, you know, movie. And of course there were some places that they took a license on and, you know, expanded. But like, so much of it was spot on, you know. I don't know. I absolutely loved it.
From what I understand,
so.
it was really well researched, and it's based on a book that was written by somebody who did a lot of really good research for their biography. So
Yeah.
I haven't
And
seen it yet, but I definitely
Casting
want
was
to.
just amazing.
Oh,
That's what I heard. That's
so
the
much.
thing that I've
one.
heard.
Yeah, so much. The actor who played him was so spot on. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And at first I had a hard time because, Freddie Mercury had like extra incisors in his mouth. So this guy had to wear a mouthpiece. And at first all I kept thinking about is, I know he's wearing a mouthpiece. Like, I know he is. But then you kind of forget about it. Yeah, you get over it, and then you're like, I don't know. It was just amazing. Like, I absolutely would see it again. Definitely see it in the theater. Get like the full, musical experience.
Do not burn your booty off.
Don't burn your booty off. Look for an ass heater. And
You're right. Vegas does not need this. If I want swamp ass, I'll go outside and get it. I don't need to come
you.
inside.
I don't want to pay to get it.
It gets cold here in Vegas, though.
But
Come
not
on,
in a movie.
guys.
Like, I
Not in a
take
movie theater.
I
We've ever
take a jacket in a movie theater because they're usually super cold. But I think it's because Suncoast tends to lend itself to a more mature crowd. So
She means old folks. Because clearly she does not mean mature as in like knows how not to get their booty on fire.
old people. It caters to old. Have you been there?
Johnny,
For those of you who are just watching, we're asking Johnny Fever.
He was already giving me the death look. I figured I'd go in for the kill. It's probably his theater. I'm probably talking about his favorite place.
Suncoast.
No.
Okay. So
Are
they
you a
do
Galaxy Theater man like I am? Hell yeah, Galaxy. No?
AMC's.
Santa Fe, whoever's in there.
Oh, that's
Oh,
old
that's
people too.
Century. Yeah, Century, whatever it is.
The kickback.
Yeah, they do too.
How do you guys know the different theaters?
We
go to a lot of movies.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. My daughter and I had for a while. We had the movie pass, and you go to these free ones.
Once upon a time, I had a friend who liked to go to movies and see weird shit, and I would go to see weird shit movies with him, and now we're not friends anymore, so I don't go see them.
Who's related to Bill?
Who's Bill?
That's my father.
Hi, Daddy. I'm glad we got all the underwear talk out of the way. Dad, just so you know, there are sexy panties happening on honeymoon night.
Oh God. and we're also trying to convince her to come to the wedding and
Let us
do a live
this
feed.
experience.
yeah, and we're going to provide a wedding sex experience who one of our other friends is now watching who did not invite us to his wedding.
Right, and totally missed out on the wedding
Sex experience. Totally.
And the camera's 4K.
Yes,
The
exactly.
camera's 4K. As our Suncoast loving Johnny Fever likes to say, the camera's 4K.
So, yeah, Dad, you're missing out on the wedding sex experience, but hopefully she'll agree.
And she has
we
to
will be
convince the
there.
other
We
one.
have to convince the man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I suggest that we invite him to lunch sometime this week with lots of cleavage showing,
Okay.
and we can talk him into.
Yes.
He's more of an ass man.
Okay,
I'm in.
but cleavage
I was kind of worried about the boob thing,
Not
but
everyone's excited about a clean ass crack like you are.
is true. I do love a really clean ass crack.
It's spit shine.
here's the thing: what you're saying is a given. There is nobody that says I really love dirty ass crack.
I'm
okay,
gonna slow
okay,
you
you're
the
right,
F
you're
down
right.
there. Because we know a lot of people who work in an
That's
industry
true.
where
That's
they have
true.
literally had people go, please come with a stinky, dirty butt crack.
Whoa!
That's true. That's true.
I told you.
Last time I saw him, I went over.
This is the best show ever.
Okay,
Dad.
read this out loud from her dad.
Her dad's gonna convince Dad. We're gonna tell you what the wedding sex experience is all about, and I really think you're gonna be on board. Like after your comment, because the comment says it's all good.
Is your dad single?
I told I told her fiance that
Hi,
he
Dad.
had her sit on his face last time I saw him. It went over well. So here's what it is, Dad. Or Daddy, as Sierra's now going to call you. Daddy, here's the deal. Here's what we're proposing. How tall is he? Is he super, like, is he Big Daddy tall, or are we just at Daddy level?
I'm short. Everybody's tall.
Okay, so we'll just go with Daddy to be on the safe side. So Daddy, the wedding experience is we will attend the wedding. We will broadcast from the wedding. We will ask all of the guests for suggested poses or sexual
maneuvers.
moves, any of that. We will put them in papers, put them in a jar, and then your daughter will have that for however many guests there are. I said blow through all of them in one night, but apparently she felt 60 was too many if your wedding is that size.
I say at the very least what you can do is, pull a few out at every anniversary and just keep it spicy.
Yeah.
Be like,
That's
look,
it.
Grandma said we should do reverse cowgirl. It brings you back to the wedding at the
Yes.
same time as keeping
Yes.
spice in the relationship.
It's amazing. And so, like, the
Those
pastor...
like shitty conversation jars your kids make in preschool, and they come home with a toilet paper tube with a bunch of little fucking handwritten suggestions on it that say like, "Talk about farts." Like, that's what it basically is.
Uncle Joe is like, I think it's time to try fisting. Whatever your family suggests, like, this is what's in there. But
If you ever get the butt sex one, it's because this one suggested it.
I'm giving lube and 2 Red Bull as a present. I mean, yes. What do you expect? So the second part of it is Daddy. The second part is that we will go with them on their wedding night and quietly observe from the background, and we will only speak up if encouragement is needed, or maybe repositioning, or some better ideas we kind of come up with. Or if we feel things are happening too fast, we'll,
Slow it
whoa,
down.
buddy, let's, like what you're doing there, but let's consider something else.
And the cameras are 4K.
And the cameras are 4K.
Wheelbarrow.
Now we do know that she's down for it. She's
don't know.
good.
Now she's like, I don't know about all this now. I wasn't expecting y'all to be like spinning me on his dick and shit.
Now that she knows Daddy's watching.
And Daddy's on board.
Daddy.
Daddy's a face-sitting kind of guy. Oh, you're over there. Wrong camera. I love it when people start off with their comment, I have no idea what I'm watching, but this is hilarious. Trust me, we get those a lot.
We do get those, but they're usually people that were like, oh, fuck, they're watching. And I'm
Inevitably,
like,
it's like,
sorry, Grandma.
Dad, you're getting some admirers.
Oh, Daddy's cute.
great Aunt
Daddy's
Sylvia suggests
cute.
ropes.
I like Greg from The Office suggests pegging. Thanks, Vendetta.
We tied this in with, when you go to a baby shower, or even sometimes at the wedding, you write like little notes like well wishes for the baby or for the couple.
We should so broadcast from baby showers.
I don't know about that.
Well,
Like,
baby
I
showers
prefer-
are a direct result of this show. So,
Like, I'm okay with being there if it will result later in a baby shower. Like, I'll broadcast from that event. But a baby shower, I don't know. I didn't even like
baby's
my
not
own baby
there.
showers. I didn't even like my own baby showers. So
Yeah, but most of the games at a baby shower are lame. You plan
They
on doing
are.
babies, maybe?
I don't know.
Don't know.
We've bounced back and forth on it.
We can test it out.
your dad, babies.
Hi, Dad.
Oh wait, whoa, hey, back up. Daddy has a YouTube channel.
He does.
Good, then go watch my YouTube channel while you're
all right,
at
well,
it.
let's give Daddy a plug. What is his YouTube channel about? I'm gonna go find out right now.
Finances.
Oh, that's sexy.
That actually is pretty fucking sexy.
That's the masturbation material for later, right there. Yeah, I mean that part might be masturbation worthy. Like, Daddy, you saved me $7.18. Like, yes.
Like, one of the big things is he just got me and what's his face that I'm marrying into a 401k.
There you go. I mean, super sexy. It's an intro to 401k, right? Like, it's the beginning of the 401k for you.
No, it's actually my second one.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's a little okay.
So I know you don't want to out your man on our show, which is perfectly fine. But I don't know if what's his face is like the right.
No, I was right in there with
That's
her.
honestly, I'm marrying just some guy. Like that. Honestly, that sounds more like something that we would hear from Toxie. You guys got 15 minutes to come down to the little chapel behind the courthouse. I'm marrying this guy I just met.
I don't know his name.
Like, what's his name, Jaeger Bomb?
Y'all can find out for me.
Vodka Red Bull.
Oh,
That's his
apparently I didn't even know what I got, so.
Oh, no, it's a Roth. See, that's what I was hoping for.
This
A Roth
is
IRA.
like a match. We have her dad in chat. My mom is calling.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
ask
weird.
your mom for wedding advice for her.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, she's Petra the sex expert.
I know.
I'm right in the middle of my show, just like every time you call.
Mine actually does
That's
it
okay.
the same every
well,
week,
hold on.
too.
Since I have you on the phone, if you don't mind, I'm gonna put you on the air, and I'm gonna ask you something. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mom. A friend of ours is getting married. Do you have any wedding advice for her?
I can't hear you.
A friend of ours is getting married. Do you have any wedding advice for her?
You want to do what?
Do you have any advice for her wedding night?
Wear sexy clothes.
Oh, we got that.
And
Check.
all the sex.
That's
That's all I can say.
okay. Thank you, Mom. I'll call you after I'm done.
Okay, bye.
Love you.
Bye.
So you got that? Wear sexy clothes and have lots
Have
of
lots
sex.
of sex.
All right. I
That's
can do
Petra
that.
the sex expert, everyone.
That is.
With your husband.
I don't know. Maybe it's not that kind of relationship.
Dad, as he should be,
Daddy.
is correcting you. It is not a 401k, a Roth IRA, but yeah.
I'm saving money.
The Roth IRA sounds a little sexy. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, you might have competition for Daddy. I'm just saying, because he just said, let's give, oh, no. That was Vendetta, who I love anyway. He says, let's give Daddy a plug, is the most sinister sentence I've heard in a while.
You know.
My God, I love our people in chat.
We did discuss the potential extra services that we do have available. I'm assuming you already have a wedding officiant, right? Mm-hmm. So that's out, but your wedding party, right? So
I know, that's
feel,
a little fucking scary, right?
So
I'm the one bridesmaid that is in all those movies about weddings, but like, yeah, I'm a fucked up best man. Like, that's probably me.
I feel we can extend the service that we discussed last week to this. I mean, if you're up for it.
Which service?
The one where we said we knew a wedding officiant who did something in a van after the wedding, but we didn't necessarily say it was you. It's just you're the only officiant at the table.
I don't remember doing anything at a wedding in a van after a thing.
Okay.
What did I do?
We both remembered it.
We did?
You did.
I
You did
remembered
too.
another officiant
I thought
dancing
it
on a
was you.
bar.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was another friend of ours.
I'm sure she'd be down for that, though.
Yeah, here's
I can go dance. I'll bring my boots.
Yeah, go-go dance is what I mean. Yeah, go-go dance is it.
This is what I love about her wedding, your wedding coming up, is that it's being held in a comic store.
Yes.
The best wedding invitation I've ever received in my whole fucking life was a comic book in the mail. Just so you all know, it's an honest-to-God comic book with a little adorable wedding invitation in it. It was amazing. I'm like, all wedding invitations should be something I'm going to like, and not like a piece of shitty folded paper.
That you feel obligated to keep on the fridge.
Yeah. And then you're like, what do I do with it now? Like, they're friends of mine, but like, not really that much of I don't even keep birthday cards.
Why would you keep a wedding invitation? Like, ever?
Sometimes they're cool.
Sometimes they're cool.
Really?
If I make them, they are.
Hell yeah, they are.
I still wouldn't keep it. I mean, I thank you for your effort. I would appreciate
This is
it.
really
Thank you
nice.
for it. Do you make them with the intention of people keeping them, like, forever?
Yes,
This is how I become a hoarder again.
when I do the design from beginning to end, yes. And I like doing scrolls.
They are gorgeous.
I do. I've seen her work. I mean, your work is amazing.
Thank you.
So
It is like fucking artwork. You can frame it and put it on the
probably
wall and be
would.
like, Who the hell are Tom and Betty, and why do you have their wedding invitation? It's not about the wedding invitation, asshole. Look at the scroll work on the internet.
Yeah, I'd probably be a little bit more like that. Like, let's put it in a frame. Let's hang it up. I don't care about Tom and Betty. Like,
So I'm thinking alternative names that you can use for the man here on the air instead of, that guy.
What's his face?
What's his face guy is Sexy Man Beast. That would be very flattering, or something along those lines.
Long Schlong Silver. Or is that Daddy?
oh God.
Listen, they had to sexualize my dad for me. It's a thing.
Thank God my dad does not watch this show.
I'm pretty sure my dad doesn't know what the internet is, so I'm good. Like,
Your dad's like cigarettes and nudies in a
yeah,
ranch
that's
in
it.
the
Like,
middle of fucking Pennsylvania. Right?
my dad's still like on his farm in his old, like, wearing his old slippers, smoking his Camels with his old Camel Joe T-shirt, and he's like whacking off to some 1976 like nudie magazine. He's like big Hooters. That's my dad. There's no.
Your family is kind of fucked up. I'm just saying.
And
your
your
mom
mom's
is
a
a
hippie,
total
right?
pothead.
My mom is a hippie. My mom's a total hippie pothead.
Your dad's a chain-smoking porn man.
My dad's a chain-smoking old school porn man. My dad was doing the same thing all y'all's dads was doing, except he never progressed to the internet. So, and now he's an older man and just works the farm, comes home and smokes and watches
Whacks off to
Jeopardy
nudies.
and watches Jeopardy, whacks off to nudies. Like, that's life. That's what retirement is for that man.
That's my retirement. I don't know. Like, you just described what I plan on doing for the rest of my life. I'll be like, 86. I can cash in on my Social Security now, if it exists.
If it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, we could reach out to my dad if you want to try that, but good luck. He's still, when he leaves a voicemail, he's still like, hey, it's me, your dad, pick up. Pick up, it's your dad. Are you there? Pick up. Can't you hear me? It's your dad. Where are you?
My mom knows better than to leave me voicemails.
My dad taught me the internet. He got us early.
Nice.
Great. So he's a pro at the internet porn then. Like, he was there. He was
I'm
like,
sure.
fuck these indie magazines. He's back at AOL dial-up where it's like, and he's like going right to the good stuff.
Back when porn really was free.
Do
You had all the alt pages for all the weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Alt.booby.
It's still free if you want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, you can still find some decent free clips of porn.
But the good ones, pay for your porn, people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pay for your
you know
porn.
what? I've heard that. That's the second time this week that I've heard that nobody watches porn movies anymore. It's all about the clips. But nobody's ever made it through a porn movie.
nobody has.
Ever.
Nobody has.
All you need is clips.
I shared a meme on my Facebook page, on my Toxie page, which is perfectly fitting. Like, I've never made it to the end of a porn movie. What happens? Do they cuddle? Like, that's it. I don't know. Have you ever gotten to the end?
Huzzah, Dad. Huzzah. It was, oh shit, I rotated. It was bulletin boards before the internet, and you had to wait 30 minutes to download a good picture.
See? Yeah, right? And you get
and
like half a titty.
It loaded like this.
Yeah, and you get half a titty, like you can get started, but then at that point, like you're not even through a full titty and you're ready to shoot. Like, I don't.
Like, you don't even get to the
And
mouth.
by the time,
If that's not a metaphor for clips of porn, I don't know what
Right?
is.
Yeah, I don't need the whole thing, just the nipple. That's good.
And if you wait for the whole thing to download, like at that point, you're like, fuck, I gotta go mow the lawn or some shit. Like, I don't even want to jerk off anymore. Like, I'm so over it. It's been 37 minutes, and all I have is one nipple. Like, it's not worth it.
Stand up straight.
Is your dad going to be at the wedding?
Yes.
Score! I'll be the fat one in the bridal party.
She'll be the one with the ginormous boobs.
Just so you know, it's on a show day. So we will be going from her wedding right to show.
I'm probably going to come in my bridesmaid's get up. It's not
Which is hot, by the way.
Thank you.
Which is pretty hot.
I was showing them some pictures. I was
Like, I
gonna
want to
go.
get a matching one just to
Did
wear at
you
home.
did you decide to find a bra that didn't make your boobs so pointy?
No, she went with the other.
No, so I sent them some pictures of me. The shirt that I picked out is a boat neck, and so it comes down to where my bra straps usually are. So I can double stick them and stick my bra straps like here or whatever. But I'm gonna be like mad at them all night. But I was like, oh, I have a strapless bra, and I've lost a lot of weight recently, and so it's gonna fit me a little bit better. And I put it on, and I forgot that this thing is like made in 1943. It's like bullet point Betty. Like, I put them on and they were just like, titties! Like, angry pointy titties. And I was like,
They weren't even in the shape of a boob. They were like the front of a rocket ship. Like, you're
They
just
were
gonna be
torpedoes.
shooting. Yeah, torpedo
Literal
titties.
torpedoes.
They were torpedo titties. Like, you're gonna be at the
Those
wedding,
are
like,
Madonna titties.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna say something terribly insensitive about
Don't, just
No.
change the subject.
missiles and forwarders. So yeah, I was gonna be very insensitive. I had to pull it back. I had to rein it in.
Which is rare. I applaud you.
Okay, listen. I am trying to get more people to be less of an asshole, which means I have to set the fucking example. So it means all the offensive shit that I normally find hilarious is just going to roll through my head, and it gets stopped at this, like, last minute and filter I had fucking installed, that it's like, that might be a little bit sensitive, and assholes might take it the wrong way, meaning that you actually mean it, and it's not just because it's funny. So I have to
I
rein
gotta
it
tell
in.
you,
It's the new
I'm so
SJW
proud.
warning filter.
I feel like you've grown up. I'm so proud of you.
I've always been more PC than
There
you.
will be moments.
You have, when I was drunk, I said something about PC, but otherwise, you know it.
It's always because you're drunk with you.
It is.
I don't know what to say.
Her name is Toxie.
Right.
I will tell you a true story.
I probably should have taken a meeting, but instead I
knew
came here.
I knew this woman for almost 2 years before she started the show. I had never seen her sober. True story. The
is a
first
true
show
story.
she did with us was the first time I'd ever seen her sober.
Wait, she's sober for the show?
I am.
Yeah,
Can you believe
this
it?
is sober.
Our first show, she was not sober.
Yes, I was. I didn't drink at it. I was
The ones
super
where you were
nervous.
sitting in everybody's lap?
Yeah, that was me sober. That was your 200th episode. I didn't have not one drink. I drove myself there. So I don't drink and drive. If I'm drinking, you know that I have a ride or we're catching an Uber or something. But I had to drive myself there. And so, no, that was me. Number one, not only was that me sober, that was me nervous as fuck and sober. So it led to a good mix, and therefore I sat on everyone's lap. As a courtesy. What do you do for your guests?
Honest to God, if you've ever seen her ass, it is a courtesy.
Like,
It's fucking
when you
luxurious.
have guests come over, most people put out like bread and cheese trays. I'm like, do you want me to sit on your lap? That's my idea of,
I bring pita chips, she brings booty.
Yeah. I'm like, that's my idea of being a good host. I don't understand.
All right.
Your pasta pants have an easy access hole.
They do. I'm not wearing panties, and there's one by my ass crack too. You know,
this
just
show.
so you know, with pasta panties, you don't wear. With pasta pants, you don't wear panties. Like, it defeats the purpose because the panties will hold in what you need to hold. Yeah.
No binding.
You just have to be super free. Like, I'm only wearing a bra because we're on the show, but otherwise, you know, it would be full. Relax. Like, I'm prepping now. I showered.
Who's
but
doing all
that's-
the cooking for Thanksgiving at your place?
Me?
I know it's not
Not
you.
me.
I know it's not you. That's
Not
why
me.
I'm asking. Who is doing all the cooking?
My mother.
Your mom?
Yeah, my
Are you
mom.
helping?
No.
No?
I'm not allowed. Like,
She's not allowed to cook at my house.
no.
And I know that you are not doing your traditional Thanksgiving this year either.
I am not. I'm going to my mom's, which is, some people are like, that's not traditional. Not for me, no. Usually I do a Friendsgiving thing at my house. But this year I'm going to my mom's, and someone over there is doing most of the cooking. I'm just showing up with sweet potatoes and frozen yogurt, so.
Which is how God intended Thanksgiving.
Honest to God, look, if we show up and there's some weird, crazy shit on the table, we at least have sweet potatoes and frozen yogurt, so.
Is it normal traditional fare for you guys?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing. But I don't know who's cooking over there.
Right.
And there's variables. So shit could be weird. I have no fucking idea what's going to happen over
Is
there.
food traditional at your Thanksgiving?
So yes, the food is traditional. However, my daughter doesn't eat turkey, nor does she like Thanksgiving, nor does she like traditional turkey fare.
Why doesn't she like Thanksgiving?
She's the SJW born of the SJW vagina. Right? She's like
Is
against
it
the pilgrim
for
thing. and,
SJW reasons?
she just doesn't like it. So this year she told my mom she would like dinosaur-shaped nuggets. Mind you, she's 15. And she literally just said to me in the car today how she's looking forward to it because she's like, finally, someone has taken my food needs into consideration.
Is your mom actually doing dinosaur-shaped nuggets?
Yes.
For her?
You buy them in the store.
okay.
they're
You know what? I
dinosaur-shaped.
wouldn't mind getting dinosaur-shaped
I
nuggets
buy
for
them
fucking
every week for
Thanksgiving.
Sweet Cheeks.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, I don't know what kind of mom you want to be, but I would be totally, you don't want to have traditional Thanksgiving because of the whole, slaughtering of the Indians thing, but you're willing to eat dinosaur-shaped nuggets from chickens raised.
Listen,
Probably
She's-
chicken lips and buttholes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
chicken lips and buttholes. She's aware. She actually has growing up, she didn't like meat. So she was kind of a non-intentional vegetarian. Now that it's to the point where it could be intentional, she's like, I'm eating the meat. But really the only meat she eats is tuna and chicken. So she doesn't like steak.
My kid grew up with like bacon, like
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
chili bacon.
all the
She's
meat,
normal.
no candy, meat.
And what about you? What's Thanksgiving at your place? Or
This year we're doing it really small, but it is traditional type stuff.
traditional?
Yeah.
With a tofurkey instead.
It's not Tofurkey because that brand is trash. But,
But a similar brand, Whole
Yes.
Foods, not Whole Foods.
I've purchased
Sprouts has a whole bunch.
I've purchased a Thanksgiving vegetarian lump thing once before.
yeah, they're little round roasts.
Right.
Yeah, I made
They're
it, and it wasn't
logs.
bad. Like, remember, like 2 years ago, we had that vegan that was a part of our group, and she was supposed to come, and so I bought a specific like vegan lump for her, and I cooked it. She wasn't coming. I cooked it anyway. It had like some butternut squash shit on the inside of it. It was pretty
I know
good.
that one, yeah. I grabbed that one.
So are you having a Thanksgiving lump?
I am. I actually bought 2 different ones this year because I'm
Two
not the
different
only
lumps?
vegan. Hmm.
That's awesome that you have a fellow in solidarity. And then, are you doing the cooking?
I'm probably going to do most of it, yes.
Will you cook meat?
Yes.
Okay. I have a friend who's vegetarian, and he cooks meat for his family,
Oh,
but
and I
he
do every
absolutely
day at
doesn't
work
eat
too.
it for himself.
Yeah. Pound the
Literally
chicken.
works at a meat house.
She does. That's right, you do.
What about you? You're gonna be pad thai and duck butts?
I'm hoping. So last year when I went to my mom's, my mom is very Asian, and she usually always has the full Thanksgiving meal with everything, I swear to God, including the marshmallows, sweet potatoes, right? And then all the Thai food, which is phenomenal, like the sticky rice and the beef salad and the papaya salad, just everything. Last year, I was so looking forward to going to her house, and there was no Thai food to be seen whatsoever. And then she gave me a piece of pie, and I was fine.
Well, what's your favorite pie?
Sweet potato is my favorite.
Like as a dessert?
Yeah,
As-
sweet potato pies
That's
are
gross.
delicious.
I know. I
Dinner,
love pumpkin
dessert.
pie. My dad used to bring me sweet potato pies, thinking I wouldn't know the difference. All right.
What's your favorite pie?
What's your favorite pie?
Me? I usually end up with an apple because it's always safe. Usually, like Marie Callender's. But this year, I finally get a vegan pumpkin pie. I ordered it from bakery.
Nice.
How is pumpkin pie not
There's
vegan?
usually like a
Ingredients.
butter
Heavy
and
cream in
stuff.
it.
Oh, I got it. What about you?
So I love cherry pie, but it's not normally on the table. So
Well, you've never been to my Thanksgiving. There's almost always a rum cherry pie at my Thanksgiving.
There's always a run through the McDonald's drive-thru.
that's my
not-
plan. So I normally go with pumpkin. Pumpkin for life was my absolute favorite, but then all y'all fuckers spoiled it with your Starbucks and shit, and now
I know
Oh,
what you're talking
y'all
about.
fuckers.
Yeah.
Starbucks does not make any sugar-free holiday flavors. Starbucks.
What's your favorite
Your
pie?
Blueberry, honestly, is
Really?
I like berry pies.
I don't like picking the rocks out.
Well, then you're getting the wrong goddamn. Somebody's
That's not a
using
blueberry
unprocessed
pie.
blueberries.
Like that's a river pie. Like you're eating the wrong thing, girl.
You get 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Johnny?
Hap-
What's your favorite pie?
Hair.
Hair pie.
That's
Hi.
what I thought. I could have
He's
answered
down with a
that.
fur burger.
Happy Thanksgiving. We will see you next week. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It was her birthday yesterday.
Aw,
Everybody
happy
say happy birthday.
birthday.
Thank you.
I'm Alexia,
May.
Toxie.
And Sierra,
and we will see you next week.
if you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.